Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's leg 12 of the French bush trip. We're going from Le Castellet to St Auban, which is LFMQ down here near the coast, near where I sort of live in this general area, to LFMX. We're heading back inland. Okay, let's do that then. Well, let's go. Wait, we need fuel. Refuel. Did it give me full tanks on both? Yeah, both tanks are full. Sweet as. Let's get going. Yeet. Alright, we want 3:59 for 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Start our clock. Over the raceway. The Beauregard F1 raceway track. Get our flaps up. Get a bit of speed going so we can get a bit of height going. Mountain range from runway 13 at Castellet. Take off and turn north as you climb. Rise above the mountain range just north of the airport. Well, let's hope I've got enough room to do that. Going on here? A little town maybe. That's not Le Castellet. What is going on there? It's all very rigid. The algorithm's done something very strange there. I think that's probably crops that were... Yeah, you can see. So these were crops and it decided to turn them into buildings. Well, you can't get it all right, algorithm. You can't get it right all the time. Are we going to be able to get over this mountain range? I'm doing a nice steady climb. We might just make it. We might just make it. Yeah, look, we're still climbing. We're still climbing. I might aim for this lower ridge here, because I think we're already higher than that, but we're not higher than those points just to my right. So I'm going to sneak this way a bit, just to make sure that we get over the mountain range. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I don't know if we would have made it over the... maybe just made it if we'd gone in the direction it wanted us to. Alright, well, the next turn is also 3:59, so it's not even a turn. 3:59 for 2:59. I'm on the other screen, I can't control my plane apparently. Low peak, as you crest the hills, further north find the town of Non-les-Pins, and beyond it another, shorter mountain range. Make your way there, okay? Let's trim down. And get up to speed. So, this must be Non-les-Pins. Not of the Pines. Pretty big town. Looks quite interesting. Don't know of it, to be honest. Might have to go visit it one day. Just for the hell of it. Have I gotten too low? No, I think we're higher than that mountain over there, surely. Surely. Let's try and keep above 4,000 though. You know, you don't really feel like there are mountains in this part of France, but there definitely are. Look at them all. I wonder if that's the... I think it's called the Massif Central? Maybe not. Maybe. It's something massive. It's definitely down here somewhere. With St Auban. There's a mountain called St Auban, and on the side of that mountain is a... in fact, it looks very similar to that. With the flat... Yeah, there's a monastery dedicated to Mary Magdalene, where it's said that after Jesus was crucified, her and Jesus' mother, the two Marys, apparently got on a boat and arrived in the south of France. And then she elevated herself up to the side of the mountain and built a monastery. I've been there. There's definitely a monastery there. It's definitely in the side of the mountain. It would definitely be very difficult to get up there if it wasn't for, you know, the paths and things that human beings have since built. So it's a strange one. It's a strange one. Absolutely spectacular place to visit, let me tell you. It's just nutty. It's a climb. It's an exhausting climb. And yeah. A little chapel with a little monastery building just built into the side of the mountain. On a cliff, basically. Alright, so 360 for 653. We're heading to Vinon Airport. Keep your northern heading, and eventually you'll come across the Verdun River, flowing northeast, and then the Vinon-sur-Verdun Airport. Okay. Feel like we're very weighty on the right again, but no, we're good. We're good with the fuel. They're mostly fuel on the, you know, mostly full on both sides, so it's not that. It's just the wind, I guess. Get our power down into not destroying the engine ranges. Wow, look at that bit of a mountain over there, just sitting there, minding its own business. Bit of a town there, bit of a town there, bit of a town here. Lots of farmland. Lots of farmland. These are probably vines. Making the nectar of the gods. I don't know what this arrangement of bullshit is. We've got, I don't know. Almost as if it was a building or something that's not been rendered in. What is it? What are you? Where have you gone? Alright, we've done 148 for 653. No, it's possibly just some vines and things. Rows of crops with some little square patches in amongst them. For, I don't know, for reasons. The farmers would know. I don't. A runway? Possibly. Tiny little runway. Well, we're in the heartland now. We're in the, we're away from the water. We're in the middle of everything. Well, wouldn't quite say the middle of France. We're still in the south of France, but, you know, we're going full rural here. But as always in France, there's just always little towns around. You can't go far without hitting civilization. going on there? Some kind of bush track or, I don't know, dirt bike track maybe? Cool. We've done 3:30 of nearly 7 minutes, so I should be able to see this airport that it's talking about. It's not where we're landing, but there should be an airport on our path here somewhere. Vinon-sur-Verdon. So the Verdon River is flowing north, what did it say? Northeast. So there's a bit of a lake over there, so I suppose the river might be near that. I'm not really seeing the telltale lush green trees lining the river. Evidence of there being a river, maybe here. I think that's a road more than anything else. So is this the river here? And we're still 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Are we going to make it to there in 2.5 minutes? Are we going to see an airport that's over there? I mean, it almost has to be. I can't see an airport any closer. And by airport, it could very well be talking about a runway, not really an airport. Just a grass field or something. Oh, maybe that could be an airport. Don't know. I guess that is the river then over there. Unless it means this thing. That's going north more than northeast. No, I think this must be the Verdun. The Verdon. What are we? 5 minutes of 7 minutes? Another 2 minutes to go. Still not really seeing an airport, to be honest, TBH. Question mark. It's sort of an arrangement of what looks like concrete or something right on the river, but again, it doesn't seem quite right to me. A bit disturbing that I haven't seen one yet. Yet again, we've got fake buildings here. I think it's seeing square patches. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe that's meant to be buildings. I'm not sure about these here, but yeah, here we've got some roads and whatnot. All looking a bit weird. There was an update. I wonder if it's changed some of my settings. It feels a little bit more low res than normal, but maybe I'll check. Yeah, we're good. We're on what we were. We've got it on high end, not ultra. The difference is minimal to me, and unfortunately ultra, even though my graphics card can handle it no problem, around cities and stuff with lots of stuff to render in, it basically destroys my OBS, so need to fix that because I went out into the menus, so that's all a mess now. There we go. Still not seeing this airport, but we're now turning. Is this the airport here in low res? Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong with this game. There might be an airport there, actually. So, 8 degrees for 2 minutes 54. Manosque. Continue north and soon you'll reach the prominent town of Manosque. Okay. Looking for a prominent town. This is the airport, so it's made us turn a little bit early. But hey, fair enough. Hello, Vinon Airport. Cute little airport. Again, it's looking to me like things aren't rendering in properly, so possibly a bug in the new update. Fortunately, the terrain and everything seems alright. Put it on ultra. Let's see if it makes any difference. It doesn't look like it. It's still doing the same thing. So is that the town of Manosque over there? Need to fix that again from when we changed the settings. Alright, well, there's this Manosque down here. Which one is more prominent? I guess sort of that's fairly prominent. Maybe there's a bit of a town over there, that way. Dunno. What counts as prominent in the books of Asobo's bushleg copywriters? Through the clouds. Don't know where Manosque is. Possibly this one. I guess that's fairly prominent. It's more prominent than not prominent, wouldn't you say? It's prominent-ish. Alright, we're turning. 28 degrees for 7 minutes 18. The final segment on this leg. St Auban Airport. Running north beside Manosque, multiple rivers will lead you onward past several communes and villages directly into a southern approach to your next destination, Chateau Arnoux St Auban Airport. We love it. We love everything about it. Sneak our way through those clouds. Look at that when the clouds part and the light all hits them. Oh, it's beautiful. It's all so beautiful. We've got 7 minutes, so this airport must be... Let's see what it looks like on the picture. I cannot even see a runway on the picture, although it is an airport, a fairly large one. Where's the runway, though? Not telling me which runway to use either. Oh, they're slacking it off. They're slacking it off here, the copywriters. Following this road here as well. We've got rivers to follow, roads to follow, valleys to follow. In before I get lost. Those riverbeds there, fantastic. River plains, I don't know what you call them, where it's all just water. Having a good time. Incredible. The sense of space and distance and, you know, volume and structure. It's just incredible. I mean, just imagine what this is going to be like in another 10 years. It'll be just bloody flawless, right? I'm really hoping they use this technology to build out, like, being able to walk around and things like that. I mean, you can already go on the drone, put it fairly slow, and walk through the photogrammetry of cities and things like that, and it's not too bad. It would just take a bit of work to, you know, maybe even get sort of street view involved somehow. And then, you know, to me, no pun intended, the sky is the limit. You could make, you know, any kind of game in that engine that has the whole world. Can you imagine like a whole world battle royale? Yeah, not that I'm a fan of battle royales, but they're so popular right now. I'll have to look it up. I'm surprised no one's actually... What's going on with the river here? The river has somehow embedded itself in the side of the mountain. It got stuck here, apparently. Something weird's happened there, that's for sure. Alright, 3.5 minutes of 7. I think the airport is not far from the river. I can see the river, well, a river that's quite thick in the bottom right-hand corner of the picture. Let's see, we've got about 3 minutes to go, so I should, I think, be able to see the layout of the airport. I mean, there's sort of dark green trees around a large open field plain, and then in there somewhere apparently is a runway. I mean, there are a bunch of concrete little roads, but and then one tiny little runway, but maybe it's a lot, maybe this picture's very zoomed out and it's not really focusing in on the runway itself. It's focusing on the whole area. But to be honest, I'm not seeing that layout yet, so it must be over this hill. Now, well, we're just over 3 minutes to go. Just under, I mean to say. A bunch of stuff going on the top of that hill there, though, that mountain. It just looks like a hill, but really it is quite tall. Quite the big mountain. Quite the plateau, as it were. Thing is, the French don't have a word for plateau. Now, before you lose your mind in the comments, I am paraphrasing a joke that George W. Bush once made. Everyone basically said he was an idiot because of it, but I think he was joking. He's a fairly smart guy. He once said the French don't have a word for entrepreneur, which is obviously a French word. He knew that. He was making a joke. He was like, oh, he's such an idiot, he doesn't even know that entrepreneur is a French word. But I get what he was getting at. You know, the American entrepreneurial spirit is different than the word entrepreneur is just someone who runs a business, an enterprise. Whereas entrepreneur in America especially is, you know, an innovator, really. Someone who's doing something new in business. Otherwise you'd just be a businessman. Where's this airport though? What a tangent I went on. We're 6 minutes of 7 minutes, so this airport must be close. There's a river over there. Alright. This must be the airport. Over here, yeah, there's a little line there. Let's head towards it. Actually there. Is that the runway? I guess so. I guess so. Start slowing down. Let's get our flaps on. Oh, hello little town. Hiding in amongst this little ridge and bloody Gondor. Bloody Gondor. What's going on? What's going on, Gondor? Thing is, I think in the picture that is what I'm seeing as the runway, but there's also, yeah, a line that way. I don't know. I think it has multiple runways and none of them seem particularly There's actually a runway there as well. I'm going to go for that one. I have no idea what I'm supposed to land on here. That? Or that? Or that? I'm going to come back and do this one. This seems like, I don't know, barely a helicopter. That's right. Tower going round. This must be St Auban, but with its ridiculous airport. I thought the ones in the Pyrenees were stupid. This one makes no sense to me. We've got like multiple runways for a tiny little airport. What's that all about? Alright, where is it? There it is, okay. We should be able to do that then. And we've had instructions on which runway to land on for all of the previous legs, but this one, no, not even going to bother. We're not going to tell you which one you're supposed to land on. Well, I'm going to land on the one that's near the tower, because why not? Get her lined up, see what we can do. Why are there 4 runways? Maybe even 5. It's just a little bit nutty if you ask me. And they're all so small. Alright, coming in. These aren't runways. They're thinner than my fucking wheel span. We need to get the brakes on very quickly. This runway's very short. Brakes on. Alright, let's turn a bit. This is nonsense. Where's the runway? That was nowhere near big enough for a runway. Where was I supposed to land? Oh, it's going to register me. I've landed in the fields here. See, look. I mean, that one might have been slightly longer. It does seem to suggest maybe that's a runway as well. I don't know. Look, we got her down. We landed on some concrete. We didn't brake in time to... That's just how it is. You know, these things don't have the best brakes. Hope you enjoyed that. That was leg 12 of the French bush trip. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.